homeboy looked like he got messed up in the thumbnail. I had to figure out what was going on.
Most people know that I get threatened a lot on this channel. People don't like it when you expose them.
I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
So scammers saying that they're gonna go after me is something that I've long been desensitized to.
CoffeeZilla. Nobody knows anything about his family because they don't have the resources I have.
But what we don't talk about a lot is that the opposite is also true. When victims of scams learn what's been done to them, the scammer very often becomes the target of a lot of personal threats. And honestly, most of them seem to take the same approach I do. You unfortunately have to ignore it. Because 99% of the time, internet threats are just that, threats, which never go beyond the screen. But this video is a reminder that every now and then, someone will take it all the way. We're talking today about Aiden Platersky,
oh God,
a scammer who taunted his victims with flashy cars and took their money until it was too late. And he was kidnapped, beaten, and ransomed for $3 million, leading up to this video, which I will warn you may be disturbing.
Everything that happened is my fault. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody else. I'm not going to try to put the blame on.
Oh my God! Oh my God! They were like, "Listen, bro, I don't even want the money back. We getting him black in blood, bro. They beat him blue."
Anybody else? I feel humiliated. I feel disgusted in my actions. I feel disgusted in what I did. After 2021, I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen a scammer person actually like deal with their crime. Like usually they just get like 2 years and then they get out and they still got all your money. Like a lot of it was illegal. All these guys that are owed the money, I'm gonna do what I can do to make it right. I'm gonna call each and every one of you individually.
What you just saw is a man who used to be called the Crypto King by Forbes.com. who took in $40 million via a Ponzi scheme and never repaid his victims. In this video, he appears to be apologizing for those actions. $40 million! Now that he's free, he says he had no choice. Now, we first learned...
I'm not gonna lie. I almost assumed that you had to have more money to have a lot of the cars that he had. Like, there was like 3 or 4. Like, he had like the Lambo, the McLaren. I think there was like a Porsche there or something. Like, I would assume you gotta be like in the hundreds to like own some of these whips, like yearly. Because it's like $10K just to change the oil in some of these cars. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
The kidnapping back in March when Aiden Platersky's father claimed that Aiden was kidnapped. But many people, including myself, didn't really know what to make of these claims because no evidence existed besides an interview, which was filed in court. The father says that his son was taken. They basically held him for approximately 3 days, drove him around to various parts of southern Ontario, beat him, tortured him, allowed him to make specific phone calls. Approximately 2 or 3 days later, he was released with the threat that he needed to come up with some money fast, specifically $3 million. But this week, we found out that this kidnapping was very much real, and that 5 men were arrested and charged with kidnapping. And we know that
not the black
allegedly
man.
One of the kidnappers, Akil Haywood, actually knew Aiden quite well because he invested with him.
Court records show Haywood lost more than $700,000 investing
with the OVO t-shirt?
And in another twist, he was appointed as an inspector in Platersky's bankruptcy proceedings.
That's right. One of the kidnappers was one of Platersky's victims, who presumably watched him post luxury cars and private jets to social media until he had had enough. And as one of the bankruptcy inspectors, he had access to special kinds of information about Platersky, possibly including the fact that some of the trustees thought Platersky was hiding assets.
Do you believe that he's hiding assets from you?
I have reason to believe that he is still hiding assets.
Jesus, so pretty much, now I'm thinking all the dudes got together and just hired, they were like, all right, who's willing to go and figure out, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on? And they just, oh man. Oh, they tricked the brother out of situation. Ah, please tell me there's some other people involved in this, please.
Yes.
So Haywood likely knew Platersky wasn't sharing everything, and likely knew other people in the case were hiding information too, like Colin Murphy, one of the fundraisers for this Ponzi scheme. In January, he wiped his phone of all the data which he was asked for, and he had a very bad explanation for why.
You wiped your phone before, knowing that they needed what was on it?
I keep super sensitive stuff on there with my girlfriend, and it's funny because this Norman Group guy, he wants, he's saying, oh, I'm hiding this information and blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't realize that I've been keeping stuff to give to somebody. I just didn't know if he was the right person.
Ah, dang, I was about to give you guys all the evidence. I was trying to get it to you, and then I swiped my phone for no reason.
Yeah, no, that sounds hella weird.
This may be one of the most transparent ways to hide evidence. Wipe it before and go, I had a girlfriend, guy.
I thought that doesn't matter. Or wait, because then they would have to get the phone carrier people to like unencrypt his stuff, which I don't think a lot of carriers actually do that. It's up to the person like who actually owns the information to give access, I think.
Can't hold me accountable. And my point is, these details suggest that Haywood might have believed that Platersky was hiding assets that he could get that the court simply couldn't. Although it's worth saying, I'm definitely not defending what Haywood did.
So does he think that the Colin dude was involved in getting the crypto guy kidnapped to begin with?
Him, because not only is it completely wrong, it quickly came out that Haywood isn't some misguided vigilante for justice or something. Given what he did next, he seems about as horrible.
Haywood is also charged with threatening an official from Grant Thornton, who's overseeing the proceedings, for $2 million in cryptocurrency. The accounting firm said Haywood resigned as an inspector. Grant Thornton said, "We've been cooperating with police and have maintained open lines of communication. We cannot comment any further as this is an active investigation."
Wow, you heard that
he was
right.
Just stupid.
Not only did Haywood threaten the scammer, he threatened the bankruptcy lawyers in the case
that were
and wanted a bunch of money from them, which is really playing both sides in a creative way, I've got to say. And my point is, look, it's not like he was looking for the amount he was owed, which is allegedly $740,000. He was looking for millions of dollars as a payday.
Come on, Coffee, give me the deets,
no one in
baby.
this situation is particularly great. And of course, since then, him and his co-conspirators now face kidnapping charges. But what I do find very confusing is that all of the crimes being passed around here like a game of hot potato, the one person not being criminally charged in this situation is Aiden Platersky himself, the original scammer in this whole situation that started this all. He lied to all those people, said he was this great cryptocurrency forex trader, allegedly stole tens of millions of dollars, spent most of it on cars, private jets, and expensive houses, and he's not being charged? Like, I'm so surprised by this. This case is very reminiscent of another story that we've just recently did with Ted Safranco, who promised these amazing forex trades but just ran a big Ponzi instead. And not only am I surprised by the size of these Ponzi schemes and that Platersky did something very similar, he invested only 2% of the $40 million he took in, but I'm also surprised by how blatant of a fraud.
I just don't understand how people allow this to happen and they see that. Like, if I'm seeing, how is the person like in charge of everything investing less money to me? That seems crazy.
What this is. And incidentally, the similarities don't stop there with our last story. Remember, Ted Safranco claimed
this much money,
he was also attacked by would-be creditors. And so this pattern of crypto or forex scammers isn't going away anytime soon, nor are the legions of upset victims who are pissed both that they got robbed and that most of these people face little to any criminal charges. And so it's easy to see why they're frustrated, although I have to say that I disagree with the method. Kidnapping someone who scammed you and ransoming them for money in some kind of scammer Uno reverse card is not a good idea. And getting an apology from them when you've beaten them up isn't doing anyone a service. So for ethical reasons, human reasons, and stay out of jail reasons, maybe don't do this.
Don't do it. Sounded a little half-hearted, Coffee. What's next?
I feel like in my head, what it makes, like, I feel like what ends up happening, bro, is like they end up, the reason why a lot of these people don't end up getting caught or end up serving any time for a lot of these people who end up like reporting that they got scammed, because it's almost like the court looks at those people as also bad people. Like, that's how I be looking at it in my head, because I'm like, how do you believe that somebody's going to make you almost an illegal amount of money? Like, how is it that you can't, like, you think that this, like, is legal and fully, like, allowed, but somehow, like, these banks and these other people that have, like, billions of dollars aren't flipping their billions for more billions? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't, like, in my head, it doesn't even make sense. Like, even back in the day when people were doing those scams where they'd be like, oh, hey, let me put money on your Bank of America account, and then they'll, like, back charge the checks and shit, and then, like, before you, like, faster than the bank's able to back charge it, so they're able to, like, go pull the money out, and then the bank will just, like, cancel your account, and blase, you'll be able to get, like, money from them. But then they end up scamming the person and not even giving them money because they'll be like, oh, well, we'll send you back to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, how do people believe this? Like, how?
Please drink responsibly.
I don't know. I constantly get threats, so I sympathize with the guy. And don't do it is the right answer, but I don't know.
But what?
Well, I don't know. I get it, I guess. I mean,
No,
it's wrong,
I don't.
But I get it. But it's clearly wrong. And look, Haywood sucks. But I get wanting to screw the guy who screwed you. But I can't say that because it is wrong. And
it's like a 6ix9ine situation.
And I didn't want to put this in, but like this Aiden guy is horrible. I went to his Instagram to reach out for comment, and I saw what he's posting. It's all, you know, supercars, private jets. It's a middle finger to all the victims. And if I lost money to that guy, I'd be pissed too.
Wow, Coffee. You got an edge. I didn't think you had it in you.
No, I mean, I wouldn't do anything, and I wouldn't change what I said. Don't do it is the right thing, but sometimes the right thing feels...
What? Hopeless? Inadequate? Sisyphean? Pointless?
This conversation is pointless. I'm done talking about it. Look, you got anything on TV? I hate when you put my show on. Come on, change the channel. Put something else on.
Oh, sure. Speaking of new topics, I've got just the thing that'll cheer you up. I found this new creator. You're gonna love this, Coffee. Very avant-garde stuff. I'm telling you, future of entertainment.
Quack, 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 quack.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Quack, quack, rah, rah. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ice cream so good. Balloon.
Bro, they said Kai was doing this and he made almost like $6,000 like just like almost like trolling doing this on TikTok and in like 2 hours. I'm like, what?
Pretty great, huh?
Oh, thank you, user. What is the noise again? Quack, 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 quack. Rah, rah.
That shit's crazy. Because of ongoing legal proceedings, I'm not doing any interviews at the moment. I would love to get my full side of the story out there. However, I will be doing so after the legal proceedings. Okay. So after the court decides that I'm guilty, then I'll try to like fight my way out, and hopefully you'll allow me to come on your show. That's what it seems like I'm seeing here. Oh, that's it? Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's wild, bro.